らっしゃいませ。いらっしゃいませ。いらっしゃいませ。はじめまして。のののだよ。よろしくね。
Dream Club C0 is a Japanese dating sim that was released on January 27th, 2011 for the Xbox 360. In December of the same year, PlayStation 3 and Vita versions were released.
いらっしゃいませ。はい。
The game is a dating simulator where you have 1 year to get a girl from the Dream C Club host club to fall for you.
いらっしゃいませ。どの女の子と。ご指名は。かしこまりました。
The game takes place in the Dream C Club, which is a host club in Japan. In Japan, host clubs are kind of like strip clubs over here, except there's no nudity, there's no touching. They're mostly a place to go for businessmen to go and hang out and chat with girls. So the hostesses that work there will come to your table, spend the night with you, and you just talk to them. They'll buy you drinks, they'll convince you to buy them drinks. They can drink a lot. It's basically their job to entertain you. In some of the more seedier clubs, the girls are encouraged to go on dates with clients after work. And there's a lot of underground stuff that kind of goes along with the idea of host clubs. In theory, they're harmless, but this game is really based on that idea. The game takes the idea of what if host clubs were simple and fun, and that's basically what you end up with.
Host clubs are primarily an East Asian phenomenon, so just the cultural difference of the goal of the game is something to get your head around. This is the second game in the Dream Club set, but serves as a prequel to the first game, which is simply called Dream C Club.
And it takes place in the same club, but 5 months before the original game. The idea behind the game is you just got a year membership to go to the club, and you need to find a girl you like and get a happy ending with her. The game gives you a year to basically work your way to earn some money, spend that money at the club, impress the girl you like, and try and get a happy ending with her. It's actually kind of depressing in that way, in that the whole point of the game is you work, save up all your money, go to the weekend, blow it on a girl at a club, and hope that she likes you. It's kind of depressing, but not in this game. This game makes it very fun.
はじめまして。アイリなのです。ご指名ありがとうございますです。
This goal is achieved primarily by meeting a girl at the club, buying her drinks, making conversation, playing various food mini games. There's also a karaoke mini game, and buying the girl presents.
So if you want to impress the ladies, the first thing you're going to need yourself is a job. And there's lots to choose from. At the beginning of every week, you get to pick from a list of jobs. They each give a certain amount of money. They each take a certain amount of time, usually between 1 or 3 weeks. And your salary is reflected accordingly.
There is no gameplay aspect to the jobs you choose to make money. However, there is a bit of a time management component, given that you only have 1 year to woo a girl at the club, and each job you take on takes a certain amount of time.
Along with that money, you can choose to go shopping. There are 3 different locations you can go. Sometimes you'll run into one of the girls from the club there, and the idea behind these shopping locations is just to buy presents that you can give to the girls at the club to hope to rank them up faster.
未来では物の持つ。そう。ほら。のののが言ったから。じゃ。
While you're at home, you can also check yourself for different messages from the girls and respond to certain messages, which also helps build up your rating. At the club itself, there's a number of options. First, you can choose to play a capsule machine where you can earn prizes, but it is crazy expensive. Secondly, of course, you go in, you can choose the girl that you want to see that night. Girls are working at different times, so you may have to switch it up a bit. But the idea is to spend as much time with the girl you want as possible. In the club, you can buy them drinks. You have to buy yourself drinks, and you have to kind of pace yourself early on because you can't tolerate too much. As you go to the club more often and drink more, your tolerance will build up and you'll be able to drink more in one night. And different girls have different tolerance levels that they can handle. But if either of you get too drunk and pass out, the night's over. You can also buy food. If you buy some of the expensive items, it leads to some crazy mini games. For example, you can choose to feed a girl a banana, or you can get an omelet and try and write different Japanese characters on it with ketchup. Drinking is a really important part of the game because once you and the girl both get a little tipsy, you can go into ETS mode. And that's basically you're both, having a good time. And that's when you get questions that allow you to move the story forward. There are 4 different endings for each girl. You can get the happy ending, which is the true ending. You can get the bad ending, in which you're left alone. Or you can get the friend ending. So you're basically friend zoned, which is considered the neutral ending.
There is also a special or hidden ending called the Christmas date ending, which can only be unlocked if you play or achieve specific goals with a specific girl.
If a girl really likes you after being to the club, she might invite you on a date. You can go to the bowling alley or hot springs or other locations. Or she might invite you to do a photo shoot after the club. So you can go and take her photo, and those get stored into albums that you can view from the main menu. You can also get the girl to sing a karaoke song for you. So they go up on stage, they dance, they sing, and it's a pretty tough rhythm game you have to play that, you cheer them on, you shake the maracas or the tambourine, and you get scored on that. Other modes include the online karaoke battle. There's a dress-up mode where you can change the costumes of the different girls, and those are reflected in-game. There is a stats mode where you can see all of the information you've unlocked for each of the girls. You can view your photo album, and there's a DLC menu you can go into to buy different costumes and accessories for the girls. The language barrier for Dream Club C0 is high.
So short of brute force trial and error, it's kind of the only way to get through it.
You can still have fun with the game, but if you don't speak the language, like me, you have no idea what's going on. The main point of this game is conversation. It is a dating sim. It is read what the girl is saying, respond with the correct answers, and that's how you score points with them. And you're just not going to be able to do that if you don't know the language. So there's wikis out there. Well, there's very little information, but there's a wiki out there that will tell you what options to pick when, but it's really tedious to figure that stuff out. So, this game is only for the most curious.
I think you'd be hard pressed to find another game like it, and just the difference alone makes it worth playing to see what it's all about.
As far as recommending this game goes, I can definitely recommend it for a couple hours. If you have the chance to check it out, it's really fun, it's weird, it's crazy, and just to see what this game is worth it. The language barrier makes it impossible to recommend, for someone to really play for a long term, but I think it's worth checking out if you're into Japanese stuff like this.
The game is not region locked, and you shouldn't have any trouble finding it in North America. It may not be cheap, however, but if you find any retailer which specializes in imported games, there's a good chance they will have it.